What's going on, everybody? It's Mark here with another video, and today we're talking about the iPad and why you should have it for school. Most of these things will be applicable to the Windows tablet series, Surfaces, etc. But I have an iPad and I use my iPad, so I'm going to talk about it. So there's a few reasons why, if you're in school or if you're a young professional or a professional, you might want to consider having a tablet, iPad in this case, as one of your devices that you will use on the daily. First things first, I want to talk about which iPad I have. I have the 12.9 inch. I think anything smaller kind of defeats the purpose of replacing paper. This is kind of the same sheet size as a piece of paper. The other ones are a little bit smaller. You might have to zoom in a little bit more to write properly. Anyways, I think this is the perfect size. I have the 128 gigabyte version. 128 for me is perfect. I did 2 years of education with this. It still has plenty of room, especially if you use cloud storage. Like a lot of the apps you would use, kind of take advantage of. Anyways, 12.9 inch, 128 in the space gray. Don't even think about purchasing the iPad Pro without the Apple Pencil. You will hate it. You'll think, oh, it's just another regular iPad. This is what makes the entire device worth it. One of the first benefits of actually having a tablet, in my case, iPad Pro, as a student, was the convenience of availability of your notes at all time, without carrying around a lot of stuff. I recently graduated as a civil engineer. The stack of notebooks I would have to actually kind of have everything with me at all times would be immense. You see the kids in class, every class you have a 2-inch, 3-inch binder full of notes. Me, that's it. This is what I walked into class with. This is what I walked out of class with. Of course, my design manuals either on my iPad or a separate book. But this is primarily the main device I had in my backpack. That was fantastic. The second benefit of me having an iPad were my notes were actually electronic files. So I could edit, I could share, I can change, I can manipulate, I can copy paste. Everything kind of worked together seamlessly. Let me show you a good example of this. So a lot of the time in class, the professor refers to some sort of note, some sort of table, some sort of presentation online, through the course site, through the textbook, and me having my iPad have my notes, my textbooks, and all the class materials on here, I was able to kind of combine them into the most efficient way. Let me find a good example here. So these are some notes from one of my rock engineering classes, and as you can see here, the professor was writing things on the board while referring to the textbook. So here, all the notes that you can see in my handwriting were referring to what was going on in class, and all the screenshots and all the snippets were actually taken from the textbook or the handouts that were provided in the class. So instead of having my notes, handouts, and having to flip for study purposes, everything is in one. So that's another huge benefit. All my tables, all the kind of information that I need is all in one spot, ready to go. Thirdly is size. This is small in comparison to all my other textbooks. Kind of hits the same as previous, but this is all I take. Weight, size, this is it. I don't have massive textbooks. I don't have anything. This is it. This is honestly it. Fourth thing, Google. When I'm using my iPad in class, whenever I'm not sure of something or I need to do a quick search of something kind of relevant to the class, I can simply multitask, do it, Google it, or Yahoo it, or Bing it, whichever one you prefer, and actually use that in my notes and know right away what's going on. And of course, screenshot, put it in my notes if I need to. Everything can be done super quick, and there's no questions kind of leaving behind. Another perk of actually using my iPad as my primary note taker in school was the fact that I could have it on here, my iPad, as well as my computer at my desk. So with the app I personally prefer to use for my iPad, which is Notability, I've reviewed it in the past. Why I choose Notability? It works for me by far the best. OneNote, Note Shelf, Good Notes, Great Notes, Good Notes. What's the other one? Good Notes, Evernote. Those are all fantastic applications, but they don't exactly work for me. They might work for you. Anyways, I reviewed other applications in previous videos, but Notability, as soon as I write something in here, it syncs via iCloud and it's on my computer. I'm in a fortunate enough position where I can have my iPad as my kind of note taker, and then when I get home, all my notes are on my computer, and this kind of just stays in my bag. So I get home, I do my homework off my computer, I see my notes on my computer, everything's on my computer, everything's kind of here, PDF, whatever the case may be. They talk to each other and it works fantastically. Then again, that helps in sharing my notes with other people, receiving notes from other people. It's fantastic. One of the most important parts of having this iPad as my primary note-taking device are the actual notes. Let me just show you some of the notes. They are fantastic. They are amazing. You can use so many multimedia ways of taking notes that is fantastic. So I'm gonna show you some of the notes for my timber class. I hope they do the talking for me. Sheer design. Just look at those. Like these are my notes. They're colorful, they're vibrant, they have diagrams. In this particular case, there's nothing snipped from somewhere else. They're fantastic. Oh, January 23rd, 2017. Do I miss school? Maybe. I have these tools available to me, and if you take advantage of them, you will be able to understand the content so much more clearly. It just works. It's fantastic. I swear by this thing. One last benefit of this device: Netflix and chill. Everything is in one. You study hard, you play hard. Watching any sort of multimedia here is fantastic. This iPad can replace a lot of things for a lot of people. No, it's not a laptop replacement. Take it easy. But it does replace a lot of things, and you can do it all in one device. Hands down, best technology purchase I've ever made in my entire life is right in front of me, and I swear by it. All right, I know I hit a lot of topics very briefly in this video, but if you guys want to see more, learn more, ask more questions, please feel free to hit me up and down in the comment section below. Thanks again for tuning in. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. But for now, thank you, and for additional brownie points, please follow me on all my social media. Links, as always, down in the description. But for now, thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.